Welcome, everyone. My name is Elias from the Infinity Hash team. We hope you had a great start into 2026, and today I'm giving you a quick overview over our new dashboard and go into detail about the IHS to contracts conversion with our new mining contracts, as well as giving a quick overview over the current mining market in regards to Q1 of 2026, as well as our planned updates for 2026 and where we stand in general. First things first, we're still here. Everything is running pretty well. We've finished a big dashboard update with more to come soon. And before going into the IHS to contracts conversion, I want to give you a quick overview over the new dashboard and over everything that changed or got easier. So without further ado, let's get started with this one. Basically, the main page of the dashboard was shrunk down to 3 areas. The first one is the profits preview table, as well as the buy button and the mining profit display. The second one are auto compounding settings, the new auto payouts for your BTC earnings, and also display of your total hash rate and the average efficiency. Below that, we have a list of your mining contracts. And if you had IHS before, you can already see your converted mining contracts here. We'll go into full details about that in this video. So the first part would be about the profits preview section. This got a bit easier compared to the old dashboard. You basically have one entry for each day. And as the column, you have the total reward, which is the reward, the mining reward, the BTC actually mined at the mining pool. Then costs are deducted. This is only the electricity cost. And then you have your full profit. Compared to IHS, this profit will be 2 times the amount of mining profits you got before, because one of the big changes while switching from IHS to mining contracts is that the 50% reinvestment was removed. So you now get double the rewards. You get 100% of your mined profits. And you can decide for yourself if you want to pay everything out or if you want to reinvest a portion of it. Also, there is no more repair cost or maintenance fees or any fees of any kinds. The repair costs have been deducted via the reinvestment wallet before. This was all moved to the purchase price. So for prior IHS holders, we will be paying all repair costs as a company. And for everyone that is buying new contracts via buy hash rate up here, the repair costs for the lifetime of the miner, as well as all other fees like maintenance, infrastructure, etc., is already included in the purchase price. So if you buy a new contract or if you use auto compounding with your existing contracts, you won't have to pay any kind of fees. It's only the electricity cost, and this way you know exactly what you get once you buy a contract. For the preview of the profits, you can also show them in Satoshi. For this, you just have to click here, and you'll directly see the reward, the costs, and your profit in SAT. To change back to USD, just click again, and you'll see everything in USD. Now, if you want to see a bit more details, because this is one entry per day summed up from all your contracts, in this account you can see there's multiple contracts running with different efficiencies here. And to see full details, just click on the profit history button below your profit preview table here. And you'll see a full table with, in this case, there's 4 active contracts in this account. So we'll have 4 entries for the 14th of January as an example. And in the second column, you can see the actual contract this reward originated from. And then you have the full details as to how much was the reward, what was the electricity cost, and what is your actual profit. And if you want to see this in SATS 2, you can just click on the right bottom here, and everything will be shown in Satoshi instead of USD. Another feature we'll activate soon is the export CSV. This way you can open your full profit history in something like Microsoft Excel or in a crypto tax calculation tool to get an overview or do your taxes. And to go back, we just click here and get back to the main page. One important thing to mention for the profit overview here is the profit display at the top left. This displays your all-time mining profits since creating the account. And after the last update, this is only displaying the profits from actual mining contracts. So if you had a bigger number here and it's gone now and showing a smaller number, don't worry, your IHS profits are still there. Everything is still there in the background. And we'll look to patch this number soon. For now, this is only showing the rewards and your profit from the actual mining contracts about 2 weeks back. To the next area, which would be two settings, the two main settings that are left. Those are auto compounding and your automated Bitcoin payouts. Those are actually two big changes and improvements for everyone. And the auto compounding works in the same way that it has worked before when you had it active in the reward pool for IHS. And you can change the setting every time. As an example, I've set it to 0 right now. This means that my daily profit from the Bitcoin mining is added to my unpaid earnings in full. If I wanted to, let's say, do 50% auto compounding, I could just click here, and then 50% of my daily profits would be added to the unpaid earnings, and the other 50% would be used to automatically pay more hash rate in the latest and newest and most efficient contract. And this is also a big change to IHS. Whether you buy new hash rate up here via the buy button, or you're using the auto compounding, now all purchases are directly buying the newest and latest contracts backed by the newest and latest miners. So there's no more buying into a pool of miners like with IHS, but the efficiency and the hash rate is now individual to your account. So if you say right now is a good moment to buy more hash rate, or you're using the auto compounding feature, you will actually always get the newest and latest hash rate and miners behind it. And this way, you are in full control of your hash rate and of the profitability of your contracts. The unpaid earnings section here is also a new feature. We are really happy to announce that after a lot of discussions with our payment providers, we are now featuring automated payouts with nearly zero fees. So what does this mean? This basically means that your daily Bitcoin rewards and profits are added to your unpaid earnings. And after reaching a certain threshold, they will be automatically paid out to your Bitcoin wallet address, which you can save directly here. You can just input your wallet address, click on save. It will do a quick check to prevent any typos and make sure that it's a real Bitcoin wallet address and no funds are lost. And after that, as soon as the threshold is reached, your rewards will automatically be paid out directly to your wallet. This means less risk because there's no funds held on the platform. And also, you don't have to trigger any manual withdrawals anymore, which allows us to send one daily payout of all payouts in bulk that have reached the eligibility threshold. And this way we are able to drop fees to nearly zero. Nearly zero here means we only have to charge the actual network fee of the Bitcoin network, which should result in something like 30 cents to 1 USD most of the time. And on the right here, time until payout, it shows calculating right now. This will also be visible soon. And it will say something like 7 days or 12 days. And this is the time until your rewards based on the last daily profit will reach the eligible payout limit. Right now, this is something like 80 USD. We'll move this down to hopefully something like 10 to 15 USD. And if this time, let's say 7 days and time until payout runs down, you will automatically get your unpaid earnings sent to your Bitcoin wallet. Your payout history will be visible by clicking here. And if you want to see or read any more information on the auto compounding feature or on the payout feature, on the automated payout feature, you can just click on the information button right here. And this will open a pop-up modal where you can read into the details. And should you have any questions, there's also the contact support button here. And we're happy to answer any questions you might have. You can also just put them down below this video. One important thing to mention about all of this is that our main effort with this was to automate everything for you. So you can just buy your hash rate, set the auto compounding you want to set, and have your rewards, your profits and mining earnings from mining automatically paid out to your wallet without having to log in or to check withdrawal fees or something like that. You also have your total account hash rate right here. This is the hash rate from all your contracts, and your average mining efficiency. Those two numbers can be used to check your profits on a page like ASIC miner value or other mining calculators, to also see a graph of past earnings and stuff like that. So if you're into calculating for yourself where you stand or making a purchase decision, you can now always just input the hash rate and your average efficiency, or in case you want to see how our latest contract compares to a specific miner, you can also go and just input the efficiency from here and the amount of hash rate you want to purchase. When purchasing hash rate, you will always get the latest generation of contracts backed by the most efficient miners. And to make clear what this means and what contract generations are, we'll scroll down a bit. And this is also what you should see if you had IHS before, because all IHS have been automatically converted into contracts. And I'll just give you a quick overview over how contracts work, and then we can go into detail about the IHS to contract conversion and about the next updates and infrastructure discounts. The contracts are pretty easy. You basically see the generation of the contract. The higher the generation, the more efficient the miners are behind this contract. So if there are new miners coming out, let's say in February, we would add an 8th generation contract. This would pop up here. And your auto compounding and any purchases would automatically buy the latest generation contract, which gives you the longest time of profitability. Then under the generation, you see the status. For example, for the 7th, 6th, 5th, and 4th, those are online. The 3rd generation, 2nd, and 1st generation are offline right now. Contracts will automatically go offline if the electricity cost is higher than the value of the mined Bitcoin. So if they are not profitable anymore, they will automatically go offline to prevent any losses. This is happening automatically. And like in this example, for example, in the 1st generation, we have WhatsMiner M50 and old Antminer S19 right now. Those are staying in their place, in their containers. And as soon as they are profitable again, as we are hoping with our old generation miners right now, they will be switched on automatically and you will continue earning mining rewards from them. So in the display, below the online or offline status, you will see the hash rate. This is your hash rate, the hash rate you own in this contract. You see your individual APR. So this is calculated based on your purchase price, how much you paid per terahash, and based on the latest daily mining reward. So this number will fluctuate a bit for all users that had IHS prior. The average purchase price per terahash in all of the contracts during the conversion was about $9.30. So this is what those APR numbers are based upon right now. If you, let's say, buy more hash rate in the 7th generation contract, you will automatically get a recalculated APR number based on how much you spent and how much you're earning right now. The third information in each contract is the efficiency. This is the actual efficiency of the hardware miners behind your contracts. And as you can see, the newest contracts also have the newest miners with the lowest electricity consumption per hash rate. So the lower the efficiency, the better it is. And it is calculated in watts per terahash. And you can also use this in mining profit calculators to check, for example, how the 7th generation contract should be behaving and look at a few charts. And again, if you're buying a new contracts or you're using the auto compounding feature, this will automatically buy the latest generation contract so that you have the most long-term, most stable, profitable hash rate backed by the actual newest miners that are available. And now to the conversion from IHS to contracts. This is a testing account that had about 5,000 IHS in it. And as you can see, the IHS have been automatically converted to all the different mining contracts that have been behind each IHS. This is the same for each IHS user. Each IHS had about 107 and a few decimals in gigahashes in hash rate, and this has been converted over. The miners and the contract generations with their efficiency behind each IHS are exactly the same you got in contracts now. So this means that you have kept exactly the same hash rate at exactly the same electricity costs and the same profitability. It's only that the hash rate is now displayed differently. So instead of seeing IHS, where you have to go to the weekly updates and to the transparency reports to calculate what your actual efficiency is and what your APR is and so forth, you can now just look at your contracts and you directly have an overview of which efficiencies you have and what the actual hash rate in each efficiency class is, and via the APR, how much you're earning with those contracts right now. And of course, if you've read the update article on the new contracts or the information article on the IHS to contract conversion, and I'll link both of them in the description, in the video description below, so you can read them if you haven't so far. The biggest point basically is that everything stays the same for your hash rate. The old miners will automatically be switched on again as soon as they are profitable again. They are sitting in our containers right now, waiting for this moment. And the only big change really is that you now earn double, or you have access to double the amount of mining profits. And you can decide yourself if you want to reinvest anything via auto compounding, or in case you want to just make the maximum amount of Bitcoin earnings right now, you can just switch this to 0%. The other big changes for IHS holders is no more withdrawal fees, and as said before, no more maintenance or repair costs because we are taking all of those. So if you've read the article, you might have seen our upgrade options or our, let's call them infrastructure discounts for all IHS holders. And I'll just give you an example. This account had about 5,000 IHS. So each IHS was valued at 1 USD at the time of conversion. So this account now has an infrastructure discount of 5,000 USD. Right now, with the 7th gen contract, the infrastructure cost when buying new hash rate, the infrastructure cost per terahash is about 25%. And this will be the default option for all IHS holders, so option 1, which is IHS holders help to build the project, help build up the infrastructure. So the infrastructure will be actually free for all auto compounding purchases made with your existing hash rate and for all new purchases you make by actually buying a new contract. And this will carry over, so there's no time limit on this discount. You can decide in 6 months or next year to buy anything. The only thing that might change would be that if we have the next generation contract, let's say the 8th generation, it might not be 25%, it might be 23% or 26% based on the actual cost of infrastructure behind it. The next option, option 2, will be an option to allow us to sell the first, second, and maybe third generation of miners. And we won't just do this. We want that each user can decide if they want to sell, to upgrade or not. And this will automatically allow us to bring costs for those users down more, which will result in a 50% discount for all auto compounding and new purchases with the 7th gen contract, or something a bit lower or a bit higher with the 8th gen contract. This is the basic infrastructure discount. Depending on how profitable mining is over the next month, we might have more in store. We might be able to add you free bonus hash rate. But so far, those are the big points. And those two options aren't available yet in the dashboard. So as soon as they are available, we are integrating them right now. Everyone will get an email. We'll post on all social media channels. And we'll also show you a pop-up right here in the dashboard that will also have the details of what the actual discount is, how much discount you have, and how much you IHS this discount is based upon. If you want to buy any hash rate before those options are available. We still have our 20% winter sale discount active right now. So above the buy hash rate button here, you can see that the terahash is sold for $19.99 right now. The actual price would be 25 USD. And this is the 20% winter sale discount. And we'll keep this one active for all users until the infrastructure discount options with IHS are actually available to everyone. I hope this information was useful, especially if you held IHS before. And as said before, all your hash rate is there. The APR actually looks amazing based upon your purchasing price right now. We are looking at a rising Bitcoin price, and the 3 old contracts are more or less what a bear market in Bitcoin mining felt like. We hope to bring them online again as soon as possible. And so far, if you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments of the video or hit us up in our Telegram group, which is also linked under the support button here at the top of the dashboard, just the live ring icon. There you have our support chat via Telegram, which is a direct chat with us. You can also write us an email or fill out our form. And at the bottom, you find our community chat. So if you want to hop in and chat with the community or with our support staff, that's also active there. Just click here, join the Telegram group, and that's it. Apart from this, we are still on the VIA BTC mining pool. To get to the transparency links, you can just click here. And you'll find our socials, and directly the next one is the public mining pool, which will lead you to VIA BTC, where you can see the actual miners and hash rate active, which are behind the contracts you see in your dashboard. The weekly updates and transparency reports will be adjusted for the contracts and will be continued afterwards. We'll also fill in all the data for the transition period over the last 2 months we had. And that's pretty much it for the dashboard. So yeah, we are still here. We have a few planned updates for Q1 2026, which also includes to add a second option to the pure Bitcoin payouts, which is that we will be able to pay out directly to Euro bank accounts and maybe also USD bank accounts. So this way you could make a purchase via your bank account and then have your rewards and profits automatically paid out to your bank account, which makes a lot of stuff easier, especially for business owners or for people that don't want to manually exchange Bitcoin to their fiat currency. And all of this is also reflected in the purchasing flow, where we still have all our old crypto options. And if you want to buy, you could also go with one of our new fiat options. So let's say you want to buy for 500 euros. You would automatically buy the latest contract. You see exactly how much terahashes you get. And of course, we have all our payment options with card payments, Apple Pay, Google Pay, our Euro bank transfer options, and our new US dollar bank transfer options, which also have international SWIFT and ACH options. And of course, you can also use FedWire if you're a business or something. And we also added Skrill and NetTeller. For the crypto options, we have one new option, which is Binance Pay. So you can actually just select Binance Pay and then select something like 500 USDC again, or any other currency you'd like to show this in. So if you want to pay with USDC via Binance Pay, but you want to add the amount in euro, you could just add something like 100 euro here. And again, you'll see exactly the hash rate you'd get for buying. So that's it. We hope all questions have been more or less answered. We'll do a follow-up video, and we are planning to do community Q&As via Google Meet or Zoom or something like that. We'll send emails out as soon as they are planned. Those will be available in English and in German in the appropriate time zones. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below or hit us up on Telegram. And I'll also link the 2 articles, the contracts announcement article and the IHS to contract conversion article in the video description. And we'll hit you up on all channels, including email, social media, and via dashboard pop-up as soon as the new infrastructure discount options for all prior IHS holders are available. With this, I wish everyone a nice day. I hope this was informative, and see you in the next video.